Hello everybody, it's Holly from Besotted Orchids. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a long time, unfortunately, since I've posted about my beautiful orchid babies. Today, I'm going to be focusing on spikes. I'm going to show you a few blooms, but spikes, and I'm going to show you quickly how I water. Now, this is how I water 160 some orchids. So, it moves things along a little bit. I just have this tub I picked up at Walmart. This tub holds, as you can see, 4 or 5 of these 4-inch pots. Plenty of room. I put my fertilizer in, and then I fill it with water so the fertilizer is dispersed evenly. Right now, I have a Paragon honey butter soaking in here. I'm gonna come up over top this spike. I have spikes everywhere. Look at this one. And this one does branch. This one's very pretty. I own 3 of these plants, so you're often going to see it show up in my videos. Okay, I want to show you, I'm going to pull this one around. These have all been watered, so they're all sitting here. I wanted to video while the spikes were all out. This is the Pacific Sunrise. This is what got me into doing the more exotic orchids. I wanted to try something. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I went to Ritter Orchids. I think I got it on eBay or somewhere. And I ordered a set of 4 or 5 orchids that were seedling. So this one was the introduction to the more exotic orchid breeds for me, along with several others. It bloomed several months ago for me, and now it's having 3 spikes this time. I am over the moon that there's 3 spikes on this one. This is one that branches out. It has small dusty rosy colored blooms on it, depending on the light. It will branch out to other branches with the blooms on, excuse me. And it has a scent that's really like a man's cologne. Really, really nice scent. And lots of blooms. It's very profuse. Lots of blooms on it. And I want to show you what I have it potted in, because people think if you have a lot of orchids, you're spending tons of money. This is a Pepsi. This is a 2-liter bottle that I have used a paddle bit, and I put holes in it. It's clear. I can see what's going on. Let me set it down. I want to show you. Oh, now that it's been soaking all day. It might be hard to zoom in on what's my lighting back behind too with the window. You can see the roots in here. It has a nice, healthy root system going on in it. Even down around the bottom. It's kind of hard to see probably, but there they are. There's a root system in there. So I'm very pleased with this one. And like I said, 2-liter bottle I think I probably rescued from a recycle bin somewhere. Now, over here, I have a mystery orchid. I ordered this from Sheldon at Carmela Orchids. It came with a spike. I ended up destroying the spike. I think it fell down. I knocked into it. Something happened. The spike fell down. It left Carmela with no name tag. So I've waited months for this orchid. I'm going to move it over so you can see it a little better. So this orchid to set a new spike so I can ID it with the bloom. Nice, big, thick spike. It's going to be something interesting. But it's an oncidium. It's in the oncidium family. So we shall see. That's going to be interesting. Now over here, I have the pink Hyacinth doll. It has 2, it's in the Cattleyas. It has 2 sheaths forming. So fingers crossed that it will produce some beautiful pink blooms. I have yet to see this bloom. I bought this as a younger plant, again from Carmela. But it's healthy, it's doing well, full of happy sap. All these things you see on it, that's not anything that says happy sap on these. It's really interesting. A little bit of something needs wiped off. But everything sticks to the happy sap. Anything that's going to get on, my fingers are sticky right now from just touching that. Now, over here I have a BC Koshwalla's Paradise. See if I can come in on which one is having the... It's so hard to zoom in. You almost have to put your finger into the spot so you can find it when you're zooming. This darker area, the purple, That is a sheath forming. There's going to be a spike coming up through there. And new growth, I have 2 new growths forming on this. It's a crawler. It's starting to walk out of here. It's going to need to be repotted. And let me see. Over here, Zygonesia Sinosure Bluebird. This came from Groovy Plant Ranch. It has a couple buds on it. This is the second blooming for it. It just bloomed a couple months ago for me. It hasn't been out of bloom very long. My Zygonesias, I'm going to have to put a video up of them. The Zygonesias I have are insane. They're growing like wild. Some of them have 3 or 4 new growths on them. I'm going to tell you the key that I find with them, they like their water. They love their water. And here's another big girl that likes her water. Look at that thing. I'm trying to get everything out of the way so you can see the size of this orchid. Look at that. That's the Sherry Baby. That's the famous chocolate scented orchid, Sherry Baby. I have the Sweet 16 as well. I don't think that's as scented as well as the original Sherry Baby. Now, if you look at this one, I also have another new growth forming. And yeah, it's dusty in through there. It needs cleaned. But look at the spike. That I'm hoping within a month I'll have some beautiful chocolate scented blooms. But it's taken a while. This bloomed well over a year ago. And I think one of the former pseudobulbs to grow, I don't think it even produced a spike. So maybe it was just transitioning to my home, leaving the greenhouse in Hawaii, coming here. It wasn't a big fan for the first year, but look at it. It has definitely spent its time well. It's been growing. That thing sits on a table over my grow room. It has all the space it wants. But yeah, there it is. That's going to be something. Now, fingers crossed, no spikes are broken. Is it nothing worse than when you have waited and waited for an orchid? You've raised it, you've cared for it, you've coddled it, and you have a big sleeve on or something, or you turn around and you've knocked your spike off. But lessons learned, a little more care, which I have found. I've broken a couple spikes, and they're going to produce again. It's just going to be a little longer wait. Now, I want to scan around here, and I want to show you my there's all my chairs, my very few orchids in bloom. I'm telling you, it's slim pickings this week. There's the butterfly den. Up here, leaving us, are the beautiful blooms on the coconut orchid. They're heading out. I just thought that looked so nice. I decorate with my orchids. I mean, get them out, decorate with them. When it's done blooming, switch it out for something that is in bloom. And we also have a no ID rescue from Kroger. That's really pretty. I'm well pleased with that one. And again, this one is a rescue. It came from Aldi after Mother's Day. The thing is stunning. So just don't discount the Phalaenopsis, the lowly little Phalaenopsis. Everybody says, oh, they're just phals. No, they're beautiful. They're showstoppers. They hold their own in the orchid world. And they'll bloom for a very long time. You will get your money's worth out of these. Now, I have a whole shelf in the other room that one day when the lighting is just perfect, I'll show you all my phals that my husband's bought me over the years. And they are growing very well, and I'm hoping this fall that they will come into bloom, set their spikes. I have them by a large window, that this fall I will be opening the window at night. I will be dropping the temperatures down. So hopefully we're going to see a lot of my husband's orchids to me in bloom. Nowadays, sometimes he gets a little lazy and he does say, what do you want from Equigenera? Which I need to put my Equigenera post up with my new orchids. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and we finally have a video that is orchid related. So you guys have a great day, and please like, share, comment. If you have any comments, any questions about something you want to see growing or you want to know just a little bit more about, I'm gonna zoom in on this one right here while we're down here. This butterfly den is, let's say, it's not my favorite. It's a little bit bright for me, but look at this. New growth here. New growth forming over here. And once again, this is a huge water bottle. No, actually, I think this was a vinegar bottle. It had to be transplanted, and the pots that I love at Lowe's are not available. They haven't been at Lowe's for 2-3 months. And with so many orchids in my home, I want all the pots in the room over there to be black. I want them all to match, just so it doesn't look cluttered. And I can't find them. They say they're on order, but they don't come in. So improvise. You can find things around the house that work perfectly well for your orchids. Just find a way to give some ventilation holes in there, and they're fine. So thank you, and you guys have a great day.